Okay, all in business. Thank you, Sue. So tonight, like I said, I'm going to show you 3 more things using some retiring stuff and some new stuff. And I still have the same 2 new sets that I've been using and some papers and stuff. And just reminder that last call for the retirement workshop that I did earlier in the month, I think it was on May 8th, that's still good through Saturday. I'm going to close that out Saturday night, and 40 or more, I'm going to mail you the make and take packet for that workshop. So it'll be 4 projects. So you'll watch that video, and there's some color choices for 2 of the things if you have a preference. Otherwise, I'll just divvy up what I get. And then I'm also sharing my retired stuff, like all my cards, tags, projects that I've swapped with and made throughout the year. Everybody will get a chunk of them. So I've got a huge box full. Everybody will get some. So that is that. We'll come back to that later. So our first project is featuring the piece of cake stamp set and the punch. And this is on my list of stuff that I'm selling, half off of my own stuff that I'll post out later. I feel like I haven't used this enough, but that happens a lot. So we're going to use that. I've already punched the little cake stand out. This ribbon is not retiring, the vanilla and gold, but it goes perfectly. So using that, I already cut this piece out. We'll do crumb cake. La la. The big deal thing is these laser cut cards from the Bird Ballad suite. These are on sale. I don't know if they've been on sale the whole time or what, but they're on sale now. It's only like $14.40. You get 12 of them, and it comes with, these are cards. I forgot I had these in here. This was the first time I used the cards last year, and we made this. Those are pretty. But it comes with the laser cut cards and then these fancy scallopy envelopes, and then in a cool tin. So that part's on sale. Just like all the other retired stuff, though, I imagine it's all, get it while it lasts. So the laser cut cards, I've seen people use them where they don't put anything to cover it, and that's cool, but you want to write something on it. So I feel like I need to put a piece of paper behind it, and that's what I did here. Now I went with crumb cake because for a wedding card, I don't know what the colors are going to be, and I want to be able to use this later. So, I could take a little marker and add a few bits of color in if I, the next wedding I have to go to, if I know what their colors are, or I may just leave it. And this next one, I'm going to make a birthday card. So first I start with this piece to go in here. And that is 5.5 by 4 1/8, I believe. I wrote this down somewhere. Oh, right on my notepad in front of my face. Yep, 4 1/8 by 5.5. And this will fit right in. So what I do, I line it up to where it's going right in that fold, and then I take the fine tip glue pen. If you don't have this, you can use the regular, this kind of glue. You just have to, have a light hand with it. And either way, use it lightly. Oops. Alrighty, I'm squeezing too hard. And I'm just going to put it all around the edges. And it does dry clear, but you still don't want it like all over the place. But I get it everywhere. So I do it around the edge, and then I try to find any little spot that I think is big enough. Like, why did that go uneven? There should be one over here. All right, and then maybe here. So just a few little dips and drops, around where you can, just to get it sticky, tacky all the way through. All right, now with this fine tip glue, you really got to get this pin back in here. Otherwise it will get stopped up, and that is problematic. Okay, so that's enough of that glue. Now I've got this lined up, so I thought, yeah, and I'm just gonna fold it over. Wait, did I do it that way? Yep. All right, holding it. Get my finger out of the way. Okay. And then I'm going to squeeze it, hold it down. Now I can see some bit is hanging out the edge down here. So I'll just have to go back and with my trimmer and take care of that. Very classy. Thanks, Sue. All right, and I don't even think I got any extra glue sticking out this time. Sweet. Okay. Now, for the emboss piece. So you remember last week I was complaining about my embossing powder, and I did a test. I had 2 different kinds. I had Gold Glory, which I thought is what was going bad. I've had this for at least 15 years, maybe 20. But it was my newer stuff that was just plain gold. So I had embossed it and it looked like kind of burnt. So I threw that pack in the garbage, and I'm going to go back to Gold Glory, which you cannot get anymore, but gold is gold, right? But this is a nice shiny finish. So this one we're going to make a birthday card. Now I just hand trimmed this Mr. and Mrs. because there was not a punch that would fit that. The birthday, it does fit into the classic label punch, but I don't feel like squeezing. I'm going to hand cut it. That'll be just good enough. All right, and then I will do the dovetails. Now I could use my triple banner punch for this, but it's so tiny. Oops, that almost went awry. All right, let's get this out of the way. Get this. Now on this one, I used the cake that I thought I think this looks good for weddings and this looks good for weddings. I was tempted to do this one, like it kind of reminds me of macaroons, whatever. But I'm gonna go with this one since we're doing birthday. So I've already got that mounted and I'm stamping on this piece. So, embossing buddy, Versamark. I'm sorry if I shake the screen a little. Hey Gail. Hey Denise. All right. Now most times I don't use the foam pad on here. I know I've told you that before because this table is very smooth. It doesn't have any lumps or grain or anything like that. It's even surface. So I've never really had trouble with using the clear stamps with it. So let me tap this off. So sometimes I give it a double hit of the embossing powder. Oh, that looks good. All right, let me funnel this back in. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't throw this away because this is the one that I have like a really huge container of. So I'm glad that didn't go bad. All right, let's hit this. Okay. So the reason I hit the back side of the paper with the heat gun first is because I feel like it heats up the paper and then it goes quicker when you're trying to do the embossing. I mean, maybe I'm crazy, but that's how I do it. All right, now the punch, this is our cake punch, or the cake itself. Let's see. All right, now this is close and I can't get it in there with my fingers, so this is when we need a Post-it note. So this just becomes a holder, like so you can get in there. Then I can funnel this through, get it down to the cake, you know, because your fingers can only reach so far. And there. And then I can actually use that, so. But if I punch right through it, who cares? It's a Post-it note, right? It's not like it's crown jewels. All right, so that punch, we are done with that. Now to attach our cake to the cake stand, let me pull this up some quicker. So I've got it like right on the lip there. So what I do is I go with the mini glue dots right to the edge. And I'm gonna do a couple of them, a few. Maybe one more towards the end. Okay, get that in the trash. So then this will have something to hold on to when I put it on here. Because I am going to pop them up with dimensionals, but I do want these attached. So squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then I will put dimensionals. Oh, now I meant to use the little ones. Okay. So I want, sometimes I find the little dimensionals from the paper pumpkins. I use these, I keep all the dimensionals and the glue dots, everything from the paper pumpkins, and I use them because it seems like they give you so many in the kits. But I find that these are taller or firmer than the regular ones. So I like to be consistent if I'm going to use them for a project. Even though I could have used regular size ones on here, I want them all to be the same thickness. So I'll use the mini glue dots for that whole bit. All right. Now comes the peeling off part. Now I am going to try to fight with this red line tape again, so I hope it goes better than last week. That was quite frustrating. One that would not peel off. All right, one more. Okay. Now I'm going to put this on right now because I do want to, that looks crooked, doesn't it? You know what? I'm gonna have to go with it because I've already stuck it on there with so many dang glue dots and dimensionals. All right, that's not horrible. I'll just give it to somebody quirky. Okay, so that's that, that's that. So I am gonna put two pieces of the sticky strip. And this, I like to do it just to hold down ribbon because it's a lot sturdier than anything else. So our thing is gonna go about here and here. So by pushing this down, it is also acting as an adhesive to keep the laser cut attached to the crumb cake layer. You know what, I gotta bring this closer to my face. Try to pick this off. Oh my God. You know what, I should just get some of the tear and tape for this kind of stuff because I know I've seen so many people use that. It does look a lot easier. I just don't trust it for boxes and stuff where you need something really sturdy. Like, I just don't think there's anything stronger than this sticky strip. Although I do like just regular glue for putting boxes together now. All right, let's come down to this end. Maybe this will be better. I think I got it. All right, there's one. All right, and now another one. Nope. So I push it down with my finger, like you try to burnish it. Here we go. Okay. Whew. All right, that wasn't too horrible. So for the ribbon, I like to do this swoopy swoopy. And I'm just eyeballing this. So let's see. It's gonna go about here. And if it's overly long, that's okay. I'll just trim it. All right, and then I'm gonna come around here and then finish over here. And for now, yeah, I'll just trim that and that's good to go. Now you can color this ribbon too. Like if you had colors you wanted to use, you can use the blends or any alcohol marker that you have. So if you're using a different brand like the, I'm having a brain fart now. The alcohol markers that pretty much everyone uses. Anyway, you could use those too. Anything, blends or those. What are those things called? Hey, Sean. Copics. God. All right. So I'm putting more dimensionals. Now this time I'm using just the regular dimensionals, as long as it's consistent with, you know, this surface. So I want everything to be the same height. All right, now this, I can see I've got a little, this is gonna poke up, so it just rolls right up in there. The sticky strip, I don't know if you guys could see it, but it's encroaching. All right, so let's stick that down. Yeah, I'm gonna keep that like that. Just trim this so it's not hanging off the edge of my card. I like that. And then we're gonna have one more dimensional at the end. Actually two. I'm gonna make this one really pop up. Two on this end and one over here. Oh, oops, I gotta peel it up first. There we go. And I'm doing two on this end because the oval piece that I already put on there already has one dimensional. So that's one layer. Why won't this come up now? Jeez. It is not my night with these things. With adhesives. All right, I might have to rip this whole thing off because that is getting on my nerves. Okay, one more. Let me rip this. Nope. So this does happen quite often where I just can't get it right. So there we go. I just take it off and start over. It's not the end of the world, you know? Gail, brain farts at a story of your life. Yeah. Girl, today, I mean, it's just been bad for me, like, you know, with days, like, figuring out which day it is and what am I doing today versus, ugh. All right. So that is that card. So I think it's wow enough, you know, for somebody. Like, if I want to add color, I can. But if not, I like it. Okay, so let's put this away. That was old stuff. Now we are on to some new stuff. So with this one, I wanted to showcase all the new in colors in one card. So I've got a Just Jade background, and then we've got Cinnamon Cider, Misty Moonlight, Magenta Madness, the Just Jade again, and the Bumblebee. Oh, excuse me, I'm having heartburn. Ooh. Okay, so I've got my card base that I apparently forgot to score, so I'm gonna just fold this. That's just water from my cup. All right, let's hope this stays not wrecked. Oh! Okay. Then I've got 3 pieces here. The one is kind of shorter than the other, but a little bit taller. Try as I might to get all of these pieces the same exact size and for what I need. I always have an issue. Something's hanging off or doesn't quite meet. So this one is the width that I want. The length, I'm probably gonna have to trim some off. So what I start with, now these are 1 1/16 wide, so this way. And I wrote down 4 inches in my notes because that's what I want this part to be when I'm done. But I had them longer because it's easier for me to let it hang off a little bit and then just trim it. So what I'm gonna do is tape all this down first and then stamp on it. So I don't know if you can tell. Since I don't have any of the ink pads except for my little Misty Moonlight spot that I got last week. I did all the stamping in the Versamark. So we still get the tone on tone and we get to see all the colors. So let me see. I want to do the tape this way. And I'm not going to be shy about... There we go. So, and I'm going to go in the same order. I'm going to put this corner to corner. Sometimes getting these measurements is a lot easier. I mean, if you're doing 3 or 4, it's just math. All right, and then I'm butting this right up to the next one. And again, right there. And so I'm not getting any gaps in here, which is what I want. Okay. And then the last one, Bumblebee. Yep, and I can tell. So that's fine. I don't mind having to trim that off because this I've gotten all perfectly straight, and that's my biggest concern. So I'm gonna have to drag my big cutter into here for a minute because I want to get this trimmed off. I don't want to have to stamp on that because it'll be uneven. All right, so the white piece I know was 4 by 5 1/4. So I think, let me take off, let me just start here. And I'm just gonna hold it up to see. 4 by 5 1/4. Oh, yep, okay, so teensy. So then let me try, I should go 3 7/8, but I'm gonna go in between 3 7/8 and the other one. Yep, oh, that's perfect. Okay, that is a tight squeeze, but I like it. All right, now I'm gonna do the stamping, Versamark, and this little branch, whatever stuff. All right, and this is just random. Now with the Versamark, you kind of have to let it sit there for a little bit to dry. It is sticky, just a little bit. Not sticky enough to put glitter on. So a lot of people mistakenly think that you can use Versamark to attach glitter, and you cannot, because as soon as it dries, all your glitter will fall off. All right, I think I've got everything. I want that right in the middle. Now it is used for the embossing powder, obviously, but that, we're cooking that afterwards. So just glitter itself, it just doesn't have enough. I mean, it's just not the same. They do have little glue ink pads I've seen that look like the Versamark, but it's glue. You could use that too. All right, I'm gonna try to get this centered with that teensy tiny gap. I probably should have trimmed it down to give myself a little more room, but this is gonna be good enough. Because actually this is gonna cover up. Is this the greeting piece? Yep. So I did emboss myself a greeting piece in case I messed it up. Yeah, but we'll give it a whirl. So I start with, where's my embossing buddy? Right here. So again, I'm going to do the embossing with the white powder this time for this one, not gold. Versamark. This thank you, this is from the new set called Ornate Thanks, which I didn't think I was going to want it first, but it won me over. Now I got to drag this over to myself closer so I can see what I'm doing. All right, press, press, press. Hopefully, if it's not straight, it's not. Okay. We're not going to suffer through that. Ta-da! Here we go. Okay, so then we're just going to tape this on. And you see, I messed this one up too earlier. You'd think with something straight, like clear or see-through, that I wouldn't have such a hard time. But it just wasn't my day today for that. So, easy enough. You could do this with different strips of designer paper too. You know? Anything. Alright, I'll put that there. Now I always do a white or vanilla, whatever, to put on the inside. So I can, you know, especially with a dark color, you need something to, you need to write on it. So I'll put that in before I forget. And then I finished off with some pearls on this one. But this time I'm going to use some rhinestones, just so it's a little bit different. All right, there and there. I like them both. Which do you like better? My screen went blank on the laptop. What is happening here? Hi, Cindy. Oh, my laptop just straight up shut down. Oh, nope, here. Sorry, now it came back. Why would it do that to me? Jeez. Oh, and I see, and it locked up. So I have found that sometimes my laptop window freezes, but the phone, like the cameras, that's not freezing. So I'm just gonna have to do a page refresh. So if that happens to you, if you're on a laptop or a desktop, try refreshing your page. Like if it looks like it's frozen, because what I'm seeing is most times it's not the video, it's the device. And I'm having the situation with my own laptop. So, all right, hopefully that'll come back. But either way, I can still see we're rolling. Gail, you're back to your computer. Yay! Yeah, I keep thinking I might get an iPad. Just to, since I'm doing the videos on the iPhone, I thought maybe I could use that to like do the split screen things that people are doing. I'm not sure. But I'm getting more and more disenchanted with my laptop for sure. Okay. So we've had some people say rhinestones, pearls. Yeah, I'm digging the rhinestones too. I think I went with pearls there first because I wanted it, you know, since it's the white embossing, the white border. So enough of that. Let me put this in the right pile so I bring them back. Okay. Next up, so these are the only two new sets that I've got. So next up, we're going to do something with an in color. Now before I show you the next project, a lot of the things we're going to use are in the kit. So I have got a, I'm doing my favorite new things sampler. It's kind of a sampler and a paper share together. So I just wanted to show you real quick what's in it. You're going to get a pack of the new in color enamel dots. I love these. And I may actually use, no, I use rhinestones. You're gonna get 2 yards of the new Just Jade ribbon. I like that. It's, I think it's like a twill kind of thing. And then we're gonna get 2 yards of the Bumblebee gingham. I love this. I love gingham anyway, but I'm digging that. And I think that might be the only color that the gingham comes in. I'm not sure. Then we're going to get 1 yard of this faux suede. And I really love this. It really feels just like suede. So you're going to get those ribbons. You're also going to get the in color 6x6 DSPs. So there's going to be 2 sheets of each, the same patterns for each color. The words, and I really like that. Wood grain. I love that the wood grain is in the colors. I love it, love it, love it. Especially this magenta. This is such a bright, cheery pink. I love it. And then the Bumblebee. Again with that. And then the Just Jade. So you're going to get 10 pieces of that. You're going to get the new, my favorite new embossing folder, this Old World paper, which makes it look like crinkled up paper. And you're going to get a pack of the Memories and More. It's called Flower for Every Season, but it's basically 10 4x6 cards and envelopes in all the new in colors. So you'll have everything. You can get started making cards with this. Between this and the Designer Series paper, you can get some cool cards done. I like that they're have these polka dot insides. So that's that. I need to know, I have more information on my blog about that. But that sign-ups I gotta close by Monday, the 1st, because I have to get all this on my first order and get it back here quick. So that was that announcement. Now on to our last card, which is using new stuff. So I've done here some paper piecing. So I'm gonna stamp the flowers on the designer series paper. This one was the polka dots. Let me bring this closer so you can see. I love those polka dots. Hi, Anne. We're also going to stamp on, this is a new paper pack that came, it's got all kinds of woodsy, I think it's In Good Taste, or yeah, In Good Taste. 12 by 12. I love the patterns on both sides. So like there's a woodsy print and stonework. That looks like yarn, like knit, little bricks or whatever, planks. I love it. So that's what this piece came from. I cut it with the rectangle, stitched rectangles. All right, so I already pre-cut 2 of these flowers because I didn't want you guys to sit here and suffer through me stamping and cutting out flowers, but I'm gonna do 1. Now I'm using Catherine Pooler Midnight. This is not Stampin' Up ink, but I love it. It's a very dark black. It's multi-purpose. You do have to let it dry a little bit, and it really stains photopolymer stamps, like really bad. But we do have a little fix for that. So, okay, so I'm stamping this. Boop. And I'm gonna just cut this out. So when I did the sample, I did it on this side. Now I'm gonna do it on this side, which I love this side also. Let me bring this back. Now actually I do have something retired. So this speckles, this is from the Magical Mermaid set, which I am keeping this because it's a good mermaid, but I love that speckles. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp that all. So the flowers are going to cover up like most of this, so I just have to stamp around kind of where I think it's going to go. And maybe a little bit down here. All right, and then I'll put these off to clean up later. I'm going to put the lid on this for a second because I can cut this now. So I want to place my stamps before my flowers before I stamp my words. So when I made this one, I stamped the words first, and I like it, but I may have put it over here more. So I'm gonna stick the flowers down where I want. All right, and just quick cutting around this. Now when I stick these on, I am gonna chop it off the edge, so. And somebody just posted this idea like a day or 2 ago, so I didn't think of this all on my own, but I do think it's cool. And it works when you don't have the same ink pads. You can totally use this designer series paper to get that matching color. And it's neat. Okay, so yeah, so I'm just gonna put my tape down. Like I said, and I started at the top, and this one was like really hanging off. And I didn't layer any of these with dimensionals. Let's see, do that there, and that one there. Okay, that's gonna be good. So I'm just gonna flip it over and trim it with my scissors. Oops, I may have gotten a little close. All right, now the words are from Seriously, You're Amazing. right? This was at Ornate Thanks. So I said I love these little cursive fonts. So you can mix and match these too. You don't have to have like seriously thank you or whatever. So I'm going to use 2 of the little ones. Seriously. And I think I started with the longer one first. Yeah. And I should do it the right side up. So like I said, this ink pad, I like it, but it really stains these photopolymer ones bad. But that's okay. All right, so let me get this straight-ish. So see about how black that is? That's where this stamp cleaning pad comes in handy. Now the refills for this, this is on retired list, and this pad is on sale now for $3, but even though you don't have a re-inker, this thing lasts forever. But this is good for getting these permanent inks off of the photopolymer stamps. So I'm going to scrub this around some and ignore the fact that it looks terrible. So I don't know if you can tell, but that does look a whole lot better. And then I will bring it back. And then you still have to wash it with your regular Stampin' Scrub or your chamois, whatever. Just because it's kind of like a solution that you don't want to leave on anything. Yep, so that's a lot better looking than without using it. Okay, so I've got that. So like I said, that's on sale, $3. You can't get the refill, but it'll last you a long time. It's a good deal. Seriously, let me add this. I'm gonna put that over here this time to the right. Oh, hope that was, oh good. Phew, I was gonna say, I hope that was good. Yep, so let me show you this. Let me just clean this real quick. That is still blackish. And I want it to be clearish, as clearish as possible. So that's where this comes in handy. Yep. Okay. That does look better in real life. I know you probably can't see that detail on the screen, but believe me, it's there. Okay, so we've got Seriously You're Amazing, got our flowers. And we're just going to tape this on. So I taped this on and then I put the ribbon around it, around the whole bit. And I think this rectangle was like the 3rd size down from the largest, because this, you know, comes in a set of like 10 or something. Okay. Now I still want to have the knot over here. Just because I think it looks better. I don't know why. And it is going to be a struggle. So what I do, it's hard to tie something that close to the edge, so I just tie it where I want it. Like I still want the knot to be over here. So I'm just going to tie it here and then scooch it down. And then I'm gonna trim it first, and then just scoochy, scoochy, scoochy. And then I gotta squeeze it over a little because it's covering up my word. And I'm gonna give it one more little trim. Okay. Now when I've got ribbon this close to the edge, I do sometimes like to stick a glue dot under part of it, just so it won't move. There we go. Good. And now I will use dimensionals, and I'm going to use up the black ones. So the black dimensionals come in the multi-packs. There's like 2 sheets of the little ones, 2 sheets of the big ones. I tend to use the big ones more often than the little ones. I have asked several times to have them separate, but who am I? So I try to use up the little ones whenever I can. So I don't care that I'm probably going to end up using 27 of them. It will make Gail happy, for one. And it will make me happy. Oh, okay. Yep. Now comes the fun of picking all these off. At least these are coming off pretty easy. Yeah, Gail, that Tasteful whatever paper, that is a good batch of stuff. I love it. I love all the wood stuff and the tile too. And I always have these grandiose ideas of things I'm gonna make with like a whole 12 by 12 sheet of the wood grain, and there they sit on my list, still unfinished. Okay, let's put this on the card front, and you can see how, I mean, this would be cool in any of the end colors. I just picked the Bumblebee because I wanted to use the Bumblebee gingham ribbon. Oh, cute. Now this one I also used rhinestones. And you see, I just put them in some of the flowers. I mean, it's kind of subtle until it's in your hand and you're looking at it. I like it. All right, so I'm gonna put one over here. And I don't really care that, you know, like if it's on the stamen part or the petal part, like I'm not really worried about that. Like, right there. Good, good, good. And then I've got my white for the inside. This you could write on the inside, it's light enough, but I like to be consistent, so I do it anyway. So that's that. That's our third card. I'm only doing the 3 tonight. Let me bring in the other 2. And then I will have my reminders. All right, so actually, that was that one. And we'll do that. These are the 3 cards. So my reminder is last call for the retirement workshop. I said that at the beginning, but here's your final reminder. I'm gonna close that out Saturday night. So, I mean, probably I'll do it Sunday morning, but have your orders in by Saturday midnight. And then the my favorite thing. So check out my blog. It's tonystamps.blogspot.com, and those 2 things are up top. So I hope you liked the cards tonight. Oh, Gail, why are my nails bare? Because I had jacked them up when I tried to put my printer in, and so I peeled them off. And as I figured out, you're not supposed to peel those nails off because it peeled off some layers of my nails and they got to be peely. See if you can see that? So I have to let them get back to normal, and then I'll put them on again. And from now on, I will use fingernail polish remover. It just seems so easy that they would just peel right off, you know? I didn't think it was taking my nails with it. But they're strong. So, wah, wah. Next week, we'll have something different. So yeah, next week, catalog goes live on the 3rd, and I will start something new on next Thursday. I'll still have this same stuff, but I'll be putting my order in, and I'm going to do something different as far as workshops. So, okay, thanks everybody for joining me tonight, and I will see you later. Bye.